President Yoon-Suk-yeol remains in office after a failed motion to impeach him at Seoul's National Assembly. There were tense scenes both within the 300-seat assembly and outside amid calls for Yoon to leave office over his short-lived martial law declaration earlier this week. But with the motion to impeach Yoon needing a two-thirds majority, almost all of the 108-strong ruling party opted to boycott the vote altogether. And then, despite insufficient lawmakers being present to pass the motion, they went ahead anyway with the vote, as just 3 ruling party lawmakers either stayed behind or returned to join in. And one of them later said he'd actually voted against impeachment. There had been uncertainty almost right until Saturday afternoon's plenary session, as the ruling People Power Party leader, Han Dong-hoon, publicly stated the day before that Yoon should leave office early. Note that the current 5-year presidential term is only halfway through. As Han continued to have discussions with Yoon's prime minister, the PPP's overall stance remained against impeachment. Yet, with just 8 rebel lawmakers needed to join opposition counterparts in voting to impeach, those tensions I referred to were high as shouts of protest rang around the assembly ahead of the vote. They must have been resigned to defeat, however, when most ruling party lawmakers opposed the first agenda before the impeachment vote, a bill calling for a special counsel investigation into corruption and election interference allegations surrounding Yoon's wife, First Lady Kim Gun-hee. Those PPP lawmakers then left the National Assembly in a collective move to boycott the impeachment motion. After all, while many wouldn't have been in favor of Yoon's martial law move, Yoon's impeachment would have been seen as conceding too much to the main opposition party and its leadership. But that left thousands outside the assembly and thousands more in Seoul's Gwanghwamun to continue protests and counter-protests, with emotion remaining high and political divisions running deep. It remains to be seen what happens next. Earlier in the day, Yoon offered a televised apology for causing public concern and inconvenience, promising not to redeclare martial law again. He explained that he'd done so last Tuesday night out of desperation, but also vowed not to avoid legal and political responsibility for the move. He said he'd leave all decisions, including his remaining term in office, to the ruling party, and that the PPP will play a prominent role in government.